If you can read his name, but we can't see his face. Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. It is Alan. Hello, Alan.
Morning. Morning.
Oh, good morning, good morning.
I thought I'd keep my pyjamas on for today.
Yeah, good idea, good idea. And I've got my son's pyjamas on because he was meant to leave his Christmas jumper that you would have all really laughed at.
Yes, look at that. Please laugh. Please laugh at her top. It says Merry Christmas.
His Christmas jumper was the funny one. So I'll have to find it tomorrow.
What she doesn't realise is it's an elk, but that wouldn't have worked.
Elk. It's an elk. So where are you going on Sunday, Alan? Tell everyone.
Sunday, well, actually tomorrow, my wife and I are going on, and to tie in with today, a 5-day cruise, our first ever cruise. And we're going on the Cunard, Queen Victoria, and we're just bobbing along the North Sea for a little while. We're going to Le Havre, to the Benedictine wine distillery. We're going to Rotterdam to see all the windmills, and then Sunday getting out the Christmas jumper because we're going to the Bruges Christmas market. Very much looking. Oh, and there's a gala night as well. So
you'll wear that outfit.
I know. I've got it. It has to be black. It has to be black and white. So I've had to go and buy myself a new tux because I've actually been putting on a little bit of weight.
I thought you were going to say you'd lost weight and it was too big.
No. So I've had to buy myself a new tux because my other ones don't fit. We've got an aloha. Is somebody here? Oh, I thought you were from Hawaii.
No, we've got loads of people here today. We've got Roisin, we've got Therese, we've got Anthony, we've got Pascal, we've got Simon. Wow, you were all excited about the fact that it's the 5th of December. Alan's here doing 5 different calls, and he's going on a 5-day cruise.
Yes, yes. Can I tell you something about the 5 gold rings? Because there's been some confusion over the millennia about what it actually represents. Because some people refer to the 5 gold rings as the Old Testament, the first 5 books of the Testament, which was Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, I think it was, Numbers, and Deuteronomy or something like that. So there's that reference, but there's also reference to the 5-necked ring pheasant. I mean, like we need another bloody bird in this song. I mean, we've got turtle doves and geese, we got swans, we got French hens are laying and calling birds. Why do we need a bloody pheasant as well? But some believe that the 5 gold rings also relate to the senses. So the hearing, the sight, the smell, the taste, and of course, the touch. But let's stick with the true meaning of it, which is it's a show of affection. Yeah. I'm going to give my true love 5 gold rings. So there you go. Lovely. Let's stick with that one, shall we?
I've got 4 gold rings on my fingers, so my husband better get me then.
Well, that's good because the other one is a thumb.
All right.
And so
one on the other.
And slightly controversial. I'm not sure that rings look good on thumbs, but anyway, that's just me.
Some people would beg to differ on that.
I know, and that's why I say that's just my opinion. Everything I say today, I need to have a caption underneath that says "just my opinion."
That's my opinion. So let's get on to your opinion with 5 different types of calls.
Well, you know what I'm like, as in sometimes I can a little bit of a wordsmith, and I'm going to give you a 5-letter word, and that 5-letter word is quasi, Q-U-A-S-I. Now, some of you might know this word quasi as it means apparently, but not really. So it's a bit like the descriptions I've just given you for the 5 gold rings. So sometimes it means seemingly or reportedly, but I'm going to give you quasi because each of those letters, Q-U-A-S-I, relate to the types of calls that I want to talk to you about. And the first one, you can probably guess. It begins with Q. Any idea what type of call is it going to be?
Quick.
Come on, Claire. What?
Quick.
What? Quick. Oh, that's one of my pet hates. It's when a recruiter picks up the phone and says, "Oh, hi, just a quick call." I mean, what message does that send to the individual? I don't even want to spend too much time with you. You're not that important to me. Quiet.
Call.
No. It's a bit longer than that. It's a qualification call.
Oh,
you see, qualification calls for me absolutely essential for any recruiter. You could be calling a client to qualify them as a client. Do you want to work with them as a client? You could be qualifying the job role that they're recruiting for, but also qualifying candidates. Now, these are not just standard tick box exercise calls. These are an essential part of the process, because if you don't do these correctly, the rest of the recruitment process is just going to fall apart like a pack of cards, like a deck of cards falling down. And there are two main reasons that deals fall out, or deals go south, or placements fall out, and it's qualification. It's either you haven't done the proper qualification of the candidate, or you haven't done the proper qualification of the client. How can you expect to match these two together if you don't know them in enough detail? And there's nowhere near enough time to go through how to do a candidate qualification or a job qualification on this type of call. But it's an important part of the process. And I think it's important to explain to the clients and the candidates right at the start of the process, this is what I need from you, and this is how you will benefit. You know, how can we give the clients and the candidates professional representation in the marketplace if we know diddly squat about them?
Yep.
You know, or we have to keep calling them back. So my cue for Quasi is qualification calls.
Love it, love it, love it. So we've got you. So the next one is
okay. Any guesses on you? Anybody unqualified? Unqualified. Well, actually, I'll give you a clue. It begins with the word up.
Upsell.
Well, no, but I like that one. There needs to be more sort of cross-selling and upselling. Absolutely. No, it's an update call. You see, for me, and again, this is something that, in my opinion and in my experience, there's the caveat, I've seen a lot of recruiters do this. A lot of recruiters do this when they first join a recruitment company. They're told to scroll through the database and have a catch up with candidates, and they call them update calls. So effectively what they're doing is they're picking up the phone to a candidate or sometimes a client that they haven't spoken to for a while, just to re-establish contact. Because there are some stats flying around, something like 95% of candidates on a recruiter database haven't been spoken to in the last 6 to 12 months. And yet I still hear recruiters all across the globe saying, I can't find any candidates. And you think, well, hold on a moment. And sometimes clients reject candidates because they say, oh, Alan, they're very good, but they don't quite have enough experience for us. And then they end up in this black hole of a database. We don't have any sort of CRM strategy to keep up to date with them. And of course, 6, 12 months later, what have they got? They've got relevant qualifications. They've got relevant experience. They've now completed that project. So it's so important to do these, but to do them right. I'll give you an example of what I hear. Oh, hi, yeah, it's Alan Clark. Just a quick call. I just wanted to update our database.
No way.
That's a red one, that one. Oh, hi, Claire. Yeah, I found your details on our database. I was just wondering if you're still looking for a job. That's not a golden buzzer, that one either. The candidates are not feeling very special. They're not feeling very loved, about receiving this call. Again, we don't have enough time to tell you how to do these calls in detail, but let me give it a go. Claire, hi, it's Alan Clark from the Recruiting Gym. I specialise in placing mental health professionals, and I'm sure you're aware of this topic in the marketplace right now. And since we last spoke, we've not only gained several new clients, but the marketplace has become particularly buoyant. And I'm sure that your circumstances have changed in the last sort of 6 to 12 months. What is your current situation? Because the thing is, the more I know about you, the better I can represent you to the marketplace. I might even say things like, Claire, look, I wouldn't want you to miss out on some fantastic opportunities because the details that we have are 6 months out of date. So we need to give them that reason why they would open up to us to do that update call. So yes, do them, but do them well. Give them a reason.
The reason needs to be about them. It's all about them.
Absolutely, it's all about them.
I call them, how are you calls.
Yes.
Let's find out how they are, what they're up to, where you're going, blah, blah, blah.
No, you can do that, but there's no H in Quasi.
No, there's no. So let's start with the A then. What do you think? What does everyone think the A is?
Arsehole call. No, it isn't an arsehole call. It's an approach call. Now, and I'm talking about particularly on LinkedIn, because I come from a generation whereby we didn't have LinkedIn, and these approach calls we would call headhunt calls. Um, but there are some people that do these approach calls from LinkedIn, and they don't do them very well. They say things like, and this is a common phrase, "Oh, Claire, hi, I came across your profile." Or, "Oh, Claire, I just found your details on LinkedIn." I mean, you're not feeling all that special right now. It
No.
sounds like a completely random act, or it's just accidental. I walked into the office and, oh my God, look what I found. I found Claire's CV on the floor. Look at that.
Yeah.
And if there's anybody actually watching this, please tell me that you've actually done one of those phrases. You've actually said one of those things. You've actually said, or still saying, "I came across your profile," or "I came across your CV," or "I just found." I guarantee there will be somebody on this call that has either done it or not, or still doing it, which is even worse. But these calls can be classed as headhunt calls. So again, give them a reason to want to talk to you. Why? Because you're total strangers. They don't know you when you first approach them. So please demonstrate that you've done your research before you approach them. Donovan, yes, I came across your profile, guilty as charged.
Well,
Well,
Donna, thanks for your honesty. That's
well
great.
done.
Well,
Well, the first part of actually, coming up with a cure is to own it. So
yeah,
Donovan, he's
love
going
it.
to smash it today.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Let's get on because we're running out of time. What's
right.
yes?
So yeah, give them a reason to want to talk to you. Share them some insight about the marketplace. Don't just approach them cold. Don't try and ram an opportunity down their throats. Talk about opportunities that maybe you've got now or in the future. But some of the best hunters that headhunters I've worked with, are the ones that approach people, they nurture them, they build a relationship, they find out about them, their needs, their wants, their desires, and then they keep in touch with them. So you can, if you like, combine your update calls with your approach calls. And don't say things like, I'm going to be looking and watching Donovan right now, "Oh, you'll be perfect for this role," right? When we know nothing about them.
Yeah,
Remember, you're a total stranger. Give them a reason to want to talk
yeah,
to you.
love it.
That's my A.
Love it. So the yes. What do we think? I think it has to be sales.
Of course it does. Yes, you could call it sales calls or BD calls, but quay-by is not a word, so we'll stick with sales. Look, it still needs to happen. Sales is all around us right now. We just had the Black Friday. Now we're full on into the sort of the Christmas advertising season, and companies spend more time trying to attract new business than they do maintaining their existing ones. So selling doesn't happen just to win new clients. Actually, selling has to happen to maintain existing clients as well. So, and there's some clever marketing strategies out there for you to use. Obviously, there's lots of outreach that we can do technically online now. But there's Facebook, there's all these TikTok influencers, there's TV, there's flyers. There, even our supermarkets know what we shop because they stored our transaction history. So it's important that we do our research and we demonstrate that when we do those sales calls. And it reminds me of the Henry Ford quote. Henry Ford said many, many years ago, "Nothing happens until someone sells something."
Yeah, yeah.
And that isn't just in sort of commercial human life. That happens in nature as well. Nature sells, the flora, the fauna. They put on acts of bravery. They grow plumage. They offer nectar and colourful flowers. They, come and pollinate me. So we've got to get out there, make ourselves look attractive, make ourselves smell nice, look nice. Go out there and do the selling to attract those new clients and customers and maintain existing ones.
So we're not going to wear what we've got on today, then, if we're making ourselves look attractive.
Absolutely. Yes.
We're not. Okay. Now the I then.
Well, I think the I is what's that? Good eye, Alan. Very serious and professional. Well, the I is interview preps and debriefs.
Yeah.
Because we've talked about we're going to approach people. Yes, we're going to update people. Yes, we're going to sell to people. But ultimately, and this is the part of the process that I used to love the most, interview preps and debriefs. Why? Because this is where it's the culmination of that initial hard work. Now you've already got to control the process. For me, preps and debriefs are not done well enough. Some recruiters just send out emails, oh, here's a few interview techniques. And the amount of recruiters that I've come across that don't do client preps. Now, this isn't preparing the client and telling them how to interview, that would just be insulting. But this is about keeping both parties informed so that they have all the right information at the right time to make the right decisions and informed decisions. This is about keeping in touch, maintaining that interest level, checking that motivation levels are still there. This is, every time you do an interview prep and debrief, it's one step closer to becoming a placement. And if you don't do these, you drop the ball, you lose control.
Yep.
So my 5 gold rings are quasi, qualification calls, update calls, approach calls, sales calls, and interview preps and debriefs.
Thank you, Charlotte, for putting them in the chat. And one last thing before we go, if anyone's available at 1 o'clock and you're a member of Team, I'm actually doing a talk for Team today at 1 o'clock on positive intelligence. So see you there. If you're not a member, you've only got a few hours and you can become a member of Team. Andy Dunn will be happy with you. Excellent.
Thank you everybody for your input and your honesty.
Have a fantastic cruise. Don't get seasick. I get seasick. I have to take lots of tablets, so don't get seasick. Okay, and enjoy, especially.
Anyway, lovely to see you all. Take care,
everyone. Bye. Bye.